Hi, this is Weekly Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy. I'm back. I'm back now, but I'm going to be gone from this Reflections until about March 5th. I may or may not post something. If lots is going on, you can be sure that I will. Anyway, this week I want to kind of continue last week's Take the Paradox Challenge, where we understand the importance of seeing beyond the illusion to God in all things. Therefore, doesn't matter who you're talking about, if it's the people who, the archons, the Kabbalists, the Illuminati, the Satanists, whoever our nemesis seems to be, collectively or individually, they are all a part of the unified field, because there's no thing that is not. And this week could be especially, it's out there, but I also have a tremendous feeling that this is going to be a week where there's a lot more revealed. We're going to see the shroud of truth is going to start cracking and falling apart, and the dark faces of our reality are going to be very alive. So it's especially important that we understand how to respond to this in the highest consciousness possible. The ones we have labeled the dark ones that have imprisoned this and enslaved this planet for eons of time are, for the most part, beings who have lost their way. They are so disconnected from source that they're not able to access that. So, of course, they interpret everything in their illusion as being for them. And there is no love or compassion or those empathy. There is none of that exists there. But I'll put up to you, and you know this as awakened ones, that we created them in our reality because we truly had in some way disconnected from source. And we created them as a protagonist, as a nemesis, to push us back into our divine, into our God selves. So the dark serves the light. It gives us energy, it gives us expansion, it helps us grow, it illuminates us, let's say, and it also is showing us a part of ourselves. You know, as it says Jesus said in the Bible, as Christ said, evil dwells only within the hearts of man. It is a construct of our darkness and ourselves where we are disconnected. So every time it appears in our reality, it is indeed an opportunity, not further imprisonment. It's how you respond to this, all these things being revealed now. It's how you respond to them that's going to make the difference on this planet. And many of us have come back here in physical form to respond to this from the highest consciousness we are able to work with at any given time. So it's a paradox for sure. This is the major paradox in which we live, is it not? There are some very dark, terrible things going on. At the same time, the light is getting brighter and brighter, and in that comes births a great beauty, because we are being given now that we're conscious the sword of truth. But the secret is, are you going to use that sword of truth consciously, or are you going to fall back into the old patterns that are arcanistic, or from the archons, so the patterns of fear, the patterns of shame, the patterns of unworthiness? Because the sword of truth is used, it's a magic, it's magic. And when you know you are wielding the sword of truth from the highest consciousness, you do the greatest good. So it's not about just sitting there sending out love and light to everything, knowing that they're going to be okay because you're sending out love and light. It's about allowing yourself to stand firm in your truth, to speak up for your truth. Ezekiel has always said there's nothing more powerful than a open, loving heart with strong personal boundaries. So the strong personal boundaries are your sword of truth. Never use it aggressively. Never use it to attack. neither you don't use it to defend. What you do use it for is to transmute, to change. And the more you can defeat your nemesis, which, by the way, the definition of a nemesis is something that is not beatable. So in a sense, it's not beatable because it's part of you. But in your ability to wield your sword of truth and integrate this dark nemesis within yourself, you bring light to it, you bring love to it, you bring compassion to it, and then it becomes a gateway or a doorway for all beings to return to the divine. So it is an important thing to remember, and many of these ones who are playing these dark roles and have been disconnected are ready. They want to return home. I had a vision one time where it was just before Bush got reelected, and it came to me like an actual geometry. I think it was like a star tetrahedron, and inside was this little reptile, like that. And as I looked at it, I felt this wave of love. And I think it was going both ways, perhaps. I don't know. But the reptile turned into George W. Bush, as this was back during those elections. And in my head, he said to me, you told me if I came, you told me if I did this, you would hold the portal open and you would connect with me. And it was very powerful to me. It was one of my first times of understanding what it means to wield your sword of truth. And when you think about it, in every play, there's the hero and there's the protagonist or the nemesis. And, who would you rather be? Archangel Michael or Lucifer. But there's power in integrating the understanding of Lucifer as a part of your own self. So stop the blame game. It's not them against us, as we repeatedly say, because we are a unified field. So if you continue to put out there, even in just words, this us against them, the bad guys, you are going to continue to attract that. If, on the other hand, you say, I'm not living this way, I'm not buying into your drama, I'm not playing this game, I'm going to wield my sword of truth and open my heart to compassion and to love. Don't get in my way, because that's what I'm doing. Whole different thing. You're stating in no uncertain terms with your sword of truth that you're going to be you, and you're going to vibrate that brilliance in this universe. So work with that and catch the magic. It may prove to be a very exciting week. And if I'm not back with you sooner, I'll surely be back with you around March 5th. And don't forget, the Sedona trip is filling up. If you have an interest in that, get a hold of me. That's going to be a lot of fun. So take care of who you are, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye.